stuff together here. Oh. Hey, Instagram, it's me, T, from the Patterson's, taking the train to Tibet. It's Sunday night. We read on Sunday night. I'll read, then we riff. This is from, Tagore, famous Indian poet. We are in southern India right now, so I guess it means something. Excuse me, I just finished eating. Went to one of my favorite, Panjia. Had a falafel. Well, here we go. Here is thy footstool, and here rest thy feet where live the poorest and lowest and lost. When I try to bow to thee, my obstinance cannot reach down to the depths where thy feet rest among the poorest and lowest and lost. Pride can never approach to where thou walkest in the clothes of the humble among the poorest, the lowest, and the lost. My heart can never find its way to where thou keepest company with the companionless amongst the poorest, lowest, and the lost. Tell me if you heard that before. Of course you did, because I read it this morning, I read it yesterday by accident. So it's about the third time, I guess. But it's appropriate. I tell you, let me, in the 90s, I would go always to this dance club down there on Hubert Street, Tribeca, called The Shelter. It still exists today. It's, I guess, the longest running underground, they call it underground dance club. They call it Club Shelter now. I don't know why they changed the name. It probably was, I don't know. And DJ there is Timmy Registrar. He was Timmy Registrar there then. But before The Shelter was a direct spawn because Timmy Registrar DJ'd, if you will, under Larry Levan, under the legendary Larry Levan from Paradise Garage. The Paradise Garage came about from the loft and the gallery coming together, those kind of things. The through line for all these things, that was a black gay club. When I say gay club, it means that because back then, say in the 70s, what happened was the gay culture there, they needed an outlet to dance, whatever it is, and people wouldn't, they were black, they were gay. So what they did was they basically had to have club membership. So as a membership, they don't have to let, say, for them the riffraff that would try to think that they were the riffraff. That's what it is. And these were, in their language, these were fabulous dancers. A lot of them from Broadway dancers. We're talking about now the Shelter. But it's not that it didn't describe. Look, you can go to the club, but it's just that there was protocol, there was acceptance. Like for instance, my dance partner most of the time, my main dancer was Darcine. Darcine's fine, right? And she always wore this black speckle like bra kind of thing, whatever else she was wearing. And of course, if you look like Darcine looked, she had whatever. When I say she was my dance partner, I mean we weren't intimate enough like that. She was my dance partner. As simple as that. Shelter, Club Shelter, we go together, dance. And Shelter opened like at 12 o'clock and be over like 3 o'clock the next day. Of course we go there. They call it, the crowd that came at 12 and they left about 4 or whatever it is. Then the real dancers came in, like the Broadway dancers and stuff like that came in about 4 or something like that. Because they would call the people that came at the appointed time, 12 or 2 or something like that. They call them that's the rent crowd. Now, don't mean you have to pay to get in, but the point is, they had rules. So say, for instance, Darcy's dancing and dance with, and the Northwood Club, there people come and try to rap to you. But if they would just like look at you, back off. And if you cause trouble, somebody come and throw your little behind out, But there was it was pure dancing, right? There was no alcohol served. you know, yeah, there was drugs being taken, but you didn't have to partake. Most of the people were there to dance. That's what I was there for. And a lot of times you didn't even know the people. You didn't even know the person's name. You know, one time it happened all the time. A certain hour, I mean, maybe about 5 o'clock, I'd be by this particular, on a dance by this post or something like that, and inevitably this sister would always come up and dance with me for 20 minutes, something like that. Then she'd disappear. I never knew her name, but people have been going for so long that they knew you by your dance style, your reputation, stuff like that. But the thing about that, these were the city workers. These were the grit workers, you know, your sanitation people, the people that worked in the subway system. And this is their way on the weekends to unstress. In other words, these people were among the poorest, the lowest, and the lost. And I bring that up because I read this 3 times here, because in Paradise Garage, Larry Levan, who was a legendary DJ, Larry Levan, who started the Paradise Garage, he got together. He was gay. He got together with this guy Richard Long, a great sound person, white guy, gay, right? And they started the shelter in this old garage. Not shelter. They started Paradise Garage in this old garage. It was a garage, a parking garage. And what they did was they built this. They had a thing. First, they started with this little room called the Crystal Room. You see, there's a Woody Allen film that has that. It's filmed in that thing. And they built the club around that. Hey, Ian! Tell you a little, then we'll get to it. So they started this one thing, and they basically built the club around, I would say around the dancers, but they built the speaker system and everything like that. The club was unique because the floor had some sand in it, so it was like a dancer's floor. You know, if you go to a dance studio, you know, there's not no hard concrete under there. You can't dance for hours under hard concrete, see? So they built the club, so they basically built the club around, say, dances and stuff like that. There's a club called CeeLo that was built by DJs, and it was a good sound system. The point is, that was much later, that it was catered, there was respect, you was there to dance, not to pick up or get drunk or whatever you were, If you misbehave, you're out, right? There's no shenanigans, what I'm trying to say, okay? The reason why I say that, because there's a lot of shenanigans going on in the world today. Things are not being built around principle, around people, around the poorest, the lowest, the lost. They're being built around the billionaires and people who want to be billionaires. And because of that, because you're built around falsities or whatever have you, you become the head of a country, or whatever, and are you taking care? Are you doing the duty to the poorest, the lowest, and the lost? No. Everybody trying to be the next to do ha ha ha. And then you have people come from all over the world trying to be the next do ha 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 ha, and taking advantage of the downtrodden. Big problem. But luckily for us, there's cycles. I'm talking about my commander-in-chief, Commander Ibrahim. What an example. Now, those people who want to continue on the colonized way, be a neo whoever, a new whoever, who's an old whoever, go ahead, you got your thing. You got a club over there. Do you and you club. There's a new club. Membership is about respect. Membership is about we doing stuff. We building stuff around something, around principle. When I say we, I'm talking about okay, I'm just going to say me. I'm not paying attention to those people, those billionaires, those rand-heirs, those rupee-heirs. I'm not paying no attention to them. That's not where my energy and my time is going. That's nor should none. Let me tell you what you should do. No. Because if I give them my time and my energy, which Mr. Neely Fuller Jr. says that's all we got is time. If I give them my time and energy, basically I'm doing their bidding. They're giving stuff to me. I'm washing in their filth, their backwash. I'm doing their bidding. I'm taking the lowest, the poor, and I'm making them dig stuff out so that I can take it someplace else and make something to sell someplace where they can't afford it. They have to steal for it to get what I've done. You see? So what I'm saying right now, be careful of how you spend your time and your energy. If your time and your energy is not trying to make life better for not only you and me and the world in general, your humanity, if you're not making time to think better for the poorest, the lowest, the lost, you're not being humane. This is humanity here. The poorest, the lowest, the lost. That's how you don't judge. That's how you know if you're on the right path. I'm not saying you can't be a billionaire or one of those other rich people, but if you do that at the expense and using the poorest, the lowest, the lost, you're not humane. You don't need to be, you don't need to be. Think about it. Got to go. Got to go. Got to go.